Willets Point is really the future, and I couldn't support it more strongly. I came out of kind of retirement to do this. I'm not sure that was the wisest thing for me, but it's an effort that I believe in, and I will work very hard with the Mayor's Office and Economic Development Corporation to make sure that this project moves ahead. And I know there are going to be challenges, and I know that we're going to work hard, and I know there's going to be some opposition, but this development is too important for us not to try and make it happen.
Do I believe the redevelopment of Willets Point will improve the transportation and sanitation? Absolutely, in a number of ways. It's extremely difficult, if not dangerous, to park a car and to walk. And I would attribute that mainly to the huge tractor-trailer trucks that are continually driving through Willets Point because they're going to the waste transfer stations. I don't believe the roadways and the turns were designed for those sizes of trucks and those vehicles, simply because in watching them make the corners, they barely make the turns, they take up all the lanes, they're on the curves, the wheels are there, so they really don't even fit. The second thing, from a sanitation standpoint, there are no sanitation methods of handling any kinds of waste out there, both human and industrial and commercial waste. Everything goes into the ground, or everything goes onto the ground. Everything that goes onto the ground then washes into the streets and then goes out into the storm sewer system. What makes it to the storm sewer system that functions goes directly to Flushing Bay without any treatment at all.
Willets Point is one of these great examples of an area that can help diversify the city economy by providing a concentration of new jobs, new housing, affordable housing, and really creating another cluster of activity alongside Shea Stadium, alongside servicing the airports of Queens with convention center, conference center, hotel, and a new concentration of activity in an area that has been blighted and derelict and underutilized for a very long time. It's right in the center of Queens. It gives Queens another central hub of economic activity, and this is the way our city has to grow. We can't keep piling more people into Manhattan south of 60th Street.
I believe that the convention center and the hotels will help businesses in that not only will there be a rebuilding of the infrastructure in Queens County, but the tourists and the visitors alike will visit the shops, the restaurants, the hotels, and the other businesses that are already in Queens County, businesses that never would have gotten these people for customers had this destination site not been built in Queens County.
Willets Point, I think, can be a focal point in Queens. Right now, we have a U.S. Tennis Center in Flushing Meadow Park. We have Citi Field, which is just being built, a beautiful stadium. This is a tremendous opportunity to make that Willets Point area a focal point in Queens, which we don't have right now. When people come to the tennis center, when people come to Citi Field, they need to feel like that after an event, they can stay in the area, shop, eat, and feel relaxed. And there is nothing there in the area right now. People just go to an event and leave it. This is a great opportunity for people to go to an event at Willets Point, at Citi Field, at the tennis center, and enjoy the facilities all around it. And we don't have that now.
It took a long time to get around to it because it's hard. It's a challenge. It's expensive. It needs new infrastructure, and it's got people working in the area who have to be relocated in a way that makes sense. So now we're seeing that happen. And that's very exciting because this is going to be, I think, ultimately a tremendous benefit to the borough, to the city, and to those people who have been working in very substandard conditions.
Really, I think this is the first time that the city of New York said, in order for us to do really wonderful economic development, we have to invest in the people who are going to be the workers in this community. So we're delighted that the city's Economic Development Corporation came and said, put together a group of people who really know on the street how to deal with people, how to move ahead with people's education and training. One of the other pieces we're excited about is that we have a mobile unit. We call it CUNY on Wheels, from the City University of New York on Wheels. And what we'll be able to do is really park, it's a mobile college classroom. About 12 people can come on, totally internet connected, really come on and understand what are all the capabilities there. So we came to the city and to the city's Economic Development Corporation and said, we know how to do this. This is work that we do in terms of workforce development and workforce training, and we want to be a part of this exciting initiative.
One of the reasons I think this project is so important right now is that it will in fact get financing, it will in fact get built, and it will employ thousands of temporary construction workers in all of the variety of trades that they work in. Most of those jobs, in fact all of those jobs, have medical coverage and pensions and holidays and sick days and the conditions that make union jobs quality jobs. The byproduct of the construction, obviously, is going to be the creation of a great deal of jobs in retail, in building services, and in hotels, all of which are going to be quality jobs as a result of the city's efforts to make sure that the businesses that will ultimately operate in Willets work in partnership with unions.
We're going to make Willets Point a place where people want to come, where they will enjoy themselves. They can bring the children. They can sit out. They can sit out on the terrace and have dinner. They can shop. There'll be families living there, and that will give it a permanent presence there. And we'll make it a place that I think people would love to come to. It'll be known as a wonderful place to come and visit.
Let me give you just one example of what the potential is for Willets Point and for Flushing Meadows. This summer we had 100,000 people come to the park for Billy Joel's concerts. They purchased tickets, they bought their refreshments and their souvenirs, they contributed their income and their time to this area, and then they got in their cars or they got on the train and they left. With this project, people will have an opportunity to come here and to stay here, and they will have an opportunity to experience not just one activity but several different types of cultural and entertainment activities. So right now people come into Queens and they hop in their taxis and they head for the 59th Street Bridge. With this sort of destination building that this project will enable, people will be coming from the 59th Street Bridge to Flushing Meadows.
The truth of the matter is, when the economy is troubled, that's the time to plan. Because when it reverses itself, because it's cyclical, you can put the shovel in the ground, you'll be ready. So this is the time to do all the preparation for Willets Point, because in short order, whenever this economy begins to reverse, and it will, we'll be ready to move.